post Hyrox, something crazy, like really scary happened. Like I had the shakes, I was sweating, I was nauseous. I genuinely just felt that something was wrong. I didn't feel just tired, like I don't know, like this is literally what had happened after Hyrox. Hi everyone, my name's OJ and welcome back to my channel. In this episode of my Hyrox series, I will be telling you the story of what had happened just after Hyrox itself. So obviously we did Hyrox on the Monday, which is a week. It's Thursday now, which was last week Monday. Um, Finished Hyrox, got the train home. Like I felt good. I felt fine. Obviously I did feel tired. I felt exhausted because of the amount of work and effort that we had put into the actual competition itself. Got home, I just thought, oh well, it's Hyrox. We just did this big amazing thing. Why not treat ourselves to something a bit naughty? So we had KFC for dinner. Um, when I went to eat the KFC, like I felt fine. I didn't really feel like eating much though. Like I did have 600 mils of electrolytes that I had mixed in like a jug. But then when I went to eat, I just felt like I couldn't eat too much. So I just thought that I just put it down to like maybe I'm just exhausted. Maybe my body's just still trying to recalibrate and, relax and calm myself down. So I'll just eat maybe one or two pieces of chicken, eat some chips, have some bread, have some rice, and then just chill out and maybe see how I go later. I might feel like eating again. While at the same time, like I'd already had a shower, so I felt like I was a bit cooler. I was still tired, but I felt good. After I'd eaten, like immediately after I'd eaten, like I just felt like my body felt, I would say almost nauseous. Nauseous to the point like I felt like I kind of wanted to throw up, but I just put it down to maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I just ate too quickly. Maybe I just ate too much and I just needed to, just chill out. So I just laid down on my couch, just relaxed, just had a Coca-Cola. That's what I'm talking about. And then just like, just chilled out. I just thought, okay, maybe I'll just relax and just wait and see what happens. So by the time it was probably around like 8, 9 o'clock maybe. So after we had had dinner, after everything had calmed down, and basically by that point I was sleepy. I was like, oh well, you know, maybe take myself to bed, have a sleep, wake up, I should feel better. I also, had some water as well. I made sure I remembered to, sip slowly, take, intake it as slow as I can, not to choke or not to create more reactions that I felt that I was feeling already at the point, like the nauseousness and all that. I didn't want to, make things worse. So went to bed, had the aircon on. I was able to lie down. At that point, I started feeling like this massive, like a tension headache, sort of starting around like the back part of my head and like sort of coming towards the front, but mainly, around the back area. So I just thought, oh, it's probably just dehydration. It's probably just exhaustion from, all the emotions and tension I was feeling leading up to the actual thing, and now like everything's just like exhaled. Like I just did it, so I'm just sort of coming off that high. So after that, with that in mind, I then, then went to bed. I had the aircon on, just settled in for bed. And while I was laying down, like as I was slowly drifting off, I just felt like as time was going on, felt, I just couldn't cool down. Like I started feeling like I was sweating more. So I was thinking, oh, maybe, I need to take the sheets off. Maybe I'll just lay here on the bed with, no sheet on. Hopefully I, feel cool. But then while I was laying there, in addition to me just feeling like my body was just like burning up, I was still, getting the nauseous feeling. Like I just felt it was increasing. And by that point, it was like maybe 10 o'clock ish. And time was like, creeping slowly towards 11 o'clock. I was like really feeling just sick. So I thought maybe, I should get up and try and go and like have some warm water. I tried that. It felt alright, but I still felt like very just nauseous, very dry on the inside, like pounding headache by that point. I was thinking, I have a migraine. And as a migraine sufferer, I didn't want it, but I was thinking this kind of doesn't feel like I know what a migraine feels like. I wouldn't be able to like see properly. I would have to be in a really dark room with no sound, no light, no nothing. So, I had never done a Hyrox. I had never done anything at this level, anything this big. So it kind of made me nervous, but I just thought, oh, maybe I just need to rest. I just had a big day. Maybe I just need to rest, just be quiet and just chill out. And hopefully, by the time I wake up tomorrow, I'll be good. So I thought. So by the time it had got to midnight, it was at that point about 3 or so hours that I was trying to actively get to sleep, trying to, calm down, trying to relax. I just didn't feel any different. Like I felt hotter. I just felt my head aching, and then I felt like I needed to throw up. So then I took myself to the toilet. I was like, I'll just sit there in case I need to throw up. I can throw up into the toilet. And then I did throw up, which then to me was like, okay, well, maybe I should go and have some water or have something to drink. But then I still kept reminding myself, just sip it slow, take it in very slowly, do not rush. Because for me, by the point that was around midnight, by the point where I started throwing up, because I only threw up twice, I was freaking out. I was thinking, this is not normal. This is I don't know much about bodily functions, but I know that I don't think that this should be happening. So I just took it as okay. I'm just gonna stay by the toilet. After the first time I threw up, the second time I threw up, that was it. I was like, I'll just wait there. Then I thought to myself, should I just maybe wake up my sister because I was at my sister's place at the time and see if they could potentially take me to the hospital because I was just starting to, my nerves were increasing, my, the heat, like I was just feeling like I was like burning on the inside, like I was like hot here, but like hot here as well. So I thought maybe I should just go wake my sister up, like wake her and her partner up if they could take me to the hospital and just see, what's going on. Because this to me didn't feel normal. Like it just, I don't know what it felt like, as in, I had never done something to this level, like I mentioned earlier, but I just knew that this wasn't right. Like this, I don't know what it was. And also, earlier in the day, I was reading this thing on TikTok. And it was about this lady that she had just done a Hyrox and she had what you call rhabdo. And I'm not too sure what rhabdo is. I won't be able to fully explain it. But other than what I saw, like she was getting like full on cramps, and it was like she was explaining how it was like her body wasn't able to, I think, or maybe her body was breaking down the muscles faster than it was to like it was replenishing her stores, if that makes sense. Like I'm probably getting it wrong, so please do not shoot me or do not help me to task about it. So at that point, like I said, it was midnight, probably past midnight now, going towards one. So I was like, you know what? It's too. I'm just gonna go wake my sister up. Like I started getting scared. Like I was so nervous. I was like, what did I do? Do I have this rhabdo thing? Is this not normal? Like this is not normal. I know it's not normal. This doesn't feel just like I'm tired or exhausted or sweaty or just like dehydrated. So I then went to my sister and I woke her and her partner up and I was just like, hey, is it okay if you guys could maybe take me to the emergency room? Like I think I need to go and I don't know, either be put on a drip, maybe given some fluids, maybe just have someone see to me because I don't know what's going on. She said, okay, yeah, like we'll take you. Like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, yeah, I think I should do that. So then after, like at that point, I was like, but first, let me just go try have a shower to try to see if I can cool down. So I went and grabbed my towel, went into the bathroom, and like I said, I felt so dizzy. Like I just felt like I wanted to lay down somewhere and just fall down. Climbed into. Luckily, she had a tub, so I sat in the tub and then I turned the water on. And though my body was warm, I would say common sense would tell you to, use cold water. But though my body was warm, I felt like a chill. Like I felt that I wanted to use warm water or like hot water. So I just turned the tap to hot water and like it felt amazing. But at the same time, I had a feeling like deep down I'm like, okay, this is probably like a horrible idea. I probably just did like completely just like put the nail in my own coffin at that point. So I was like, okay, I don't know what is going on, but this hot water feels good on my skin right now, even though I probably should be using cold water or cool water to like bring all my temperature down and just, get me at like a cool place where I can rest and not cook myself really more than I already was. So then After that, I got dressed, and I was thinking, well, obviously my bed, I felt like my bed was just like absorbing all the heat and like giving it back to me and just making me hot. So I was like, I'm just gonna go sit against the wall, like sit on the tiled floors, because I don't know. I just thought it was a good idea to do that. So I sat outside the room, like on the wall, leaning, and it's like once my body had started feeling the coolness from the tile or the walls, and as it was intaking it, like suddenly my temperature was going back down to like normal, and I wasn't feeling like this cooking, burning sensation that I was feeling for like this time. Like I still had my like a slight headache, but the nauseous feeling was like slowly disappearing, and then soon after that, I just like fell asleep, like leaning up against the wall, and then maybe an hour and a bit, or even 40 minutes later, I woke up, and I was like, "Oh, I'll just take myself to bed." So obviously, I then took myself to bed, went to sleep like normal. There was no issues. Slept till the next morning. When I woke up the next morning, I felt fine. I felt almost myself again. The only thing was obviously due to the huge Hyrox day, I was so tired. Like the next day on Tuesday last week, I felt like I had never been this tired in my life. Like we went to the shop and I was thinking, oh, I want to go to this shop and buy this like clothes as like a treat to myself for doing Hyrox. But then I genuinely didn't have the energy. Like I just had the energy to go wherever my sister wanted to go, wherever my niece wanted to go, wherever my brother wanted to go, and that was it. Like after that, they're like, "Do you want to go home?" I was like, "Sweet." Even while I was walking, like I was just so tired, I started like tripping. Like I would just actually walk and sort of like scuff the underneath of my shoe on like the flat surface. I wasn't climbing steps or anything. And it was like I would say some of the post Hyrox effect or reactions that I was having that was like so almost confronting and surprising to me at that point. Like it was so interesting. Got home. By the time I got home, it was maybe 1 o'clock, and I just slept. Like I slept from 1 o'clock till maybe about 6 or 7 that evening. Got up, had dinner. Like I was still like just exhausted. Had dinner, which was then Tuesday night, and then the next day, Monday, I was flying back home from Brisbane to Darwin. On the that whole day, like Tuesday night into Wednesday the next morning before I flew, I felt like that's when like my appetite came back. Like all the hunger or like the lack of hunger that I felt before had just like sort of disappeared, and I was just feeling like I could just eat anything. And I was thinking, okay, I just lost 7 kilos. I do not want to gain 7 kilos. Obviously, you're not gonna gain 7 kilos in the space of like a week or 3 days or whatever, but the way I was just hungry, I was just wanting to eat any and everything inside. Whatever food was there, I would eat. And then when we got to the airport to drop me off, I then went and got like a banana bread, and I was like, yeah, that's good. And then I got on the plane, they served food in the plane. I ate the food in the plane. And then when we got home here in Darwin, I then had to go out and get like burger and something to eat. So that was Wednesday now. I was still tired. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take the rest of the week off gym, not do anything at all, and just ease myself back into my normal routine. Thursday came around. It was like my first day at work. I was like, oh, I'll go to work, see how I go. I got to work. I was so tired. I mean, like everyone was so excited to see me. Everyone was excited because I'd already posted pictures, posted videos. They wanted to hear about like my entire story and how things went and just everything. And like they were so happy for me. Like I genuinely felt like a superstar. Like I came back from Brisbane after doing Hyrox, like I felt like I was on like a high, like a super, super, super high that I probably hadn't been in for a while and probably needed that at that point, like for myself. Anyway, I got to work on Thursday and I was like, nah, I'm putting in leave. I'm putting in time off for Friday so I can just have like a full on, like just full on time off. After that, I came home Wednesday, Thursday afternoon, sorry, I was like, oh, I'll just go to the gym, see how I go. Went and did like a little light workout at like my local fit stop. That was alright, but I could just feel like the lack of energy. Like I couldn't push as hard. I couldn't just explode into anything right away. I just had to like just rest and relax and let myself just find my own pace. And it was part of my recovery process that I had never done before with this sort of thing because everything was new. I learned that maybe next time I'll take like a whole week off, just chill, don't do anything. Maybe just do light stretches, do yoga, go for walks, like a light swim, just sit in some cool water at the beach or wherever I can find somewhere to swim. Yeah, I did also get a massage. That was good, but oh, the pain in my leg. Like it was just I was so sore and I was tender, but it was good. Friday, I decided that Friday for me was just a quiet day. Just purely just stay home and just sleep. Do nothing at all. Saturday, I pretty much was the same. I was like, oh, I'll just take it easy, do nothing, other than go out for a friend's dinner and all that, other than go to Fit Stop in the morning for a session. I sort of just really just chilled out and took it easy. I did the same thing Sunday. I went to this recovery place where they do the ice baths, the sauna, and the compression boots, which was amazing. Definitely will be doing that again the next time I go for my to do the next Hyrox, which I will be doing. That then takes us to Monday. So Monday, went back to the gym. I felt like Monday I was really feeling like myself again, as in like I felt like my energy was back. I felt like I was at a place where, I could not fully launch into what I was doing before, but like push a little bit. Maybe now it's like 80 to 90% or like 65 to 89%. So sort of like effort in the gym. So I was able to like, do a little bit more. So basically, all this week, today's Thursday, I was able to go Monday, Tuesday. I skipped Wednesday because it was conditioning, and I'm not doing that. Thursday, and then I'll be going tomorrow, Friday. So, yeah, basically, like my whole process post High Rocks, like post the crazy reaction I had on Tuesday versus now, like it really was like kind of like I felt like my body was telling me to just chill, don't do anything crazy. Do not go and do your normal usual workouts or your normal routines. Just sit down, lay down, sleep, drink some electrolytes, intake some water, get some fresh air, light and easy. Like just take your time and ease yourself back in. Which is one thing that I really learned from this thing. Like this whole Hyrox process has really just taught me about, pacing myself and timing myself and I just guess also preparing. Like I was just thinking, I was like maybe next time beforehand, like leading up, I could prepare myself better in terms of like nutrition or in terms of making myself like hydrate more than I probably was at that point. It's all like a learning curve for me, so I'm just like testing and adjusting with how I feel, what could be better, and what I would change next time. So I think next time I'll definitely boost my electrolyte intake, take in more water, probably even like force myself to sleep more. Like I guess spend the few days before hitting up like the P3 recovery and using all the like the ice bath, maybe not the sauna because I don't want to dehydrate myself, and the compression boots and all that. I think that'll be like my game plan to take myself into the next competition. Yeah, that is honestly like that is it for me. Like that was just the crazy scary thing that happened. After that, I just genuinely thought I had cooked myself. I thought to myself that this was it. Like you're done. You're never gonna do this again. Like be glad that you did this. Be glad that you got the time that you did. Goodbye, sayonara. Like you'll never see yourself doing that again. But obviously it worked out. I was able to relax. I was able to cool down. I'm pretty much back to normal now. Back to my old OJ self, roaming around, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And like I am pretty like chill. I'm back to normal now, and I'm looking forward to like what's next and what I can do next. Like for me, there's like a few more Hyrox competitions that are popping up within Australia itself, and I'm just trying to find which one I can go to do a solo attempt and how I can build on from whatever fitness level I'm at. Because my goal right now is to keep my conditioning, especially like at this level, and just go from there. Like not to regress or not to drastically change too much. It's just more just building up from where I am right now to the next level, and fingers crossed it will get me there, which I know it will. It's just it's about going forward. It's about building from what you learn, and I am so excited. But this was just like a little quick thing. I appreciate you all for watching, and I thank you so much for following me along on my journey with my Hyrox from my first video to this current video. I think I have one more video to make. I think it's just like about like my future plans for Hyrox or whatever, or like just talking about my training. But I thank you so much, and I love you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. But yeah, this is literally my story. Just whatever's going on in my life. And right now it's about Hyrox, and who knows what next? What next? Obviously another Hyrox, but we'll get there when we get there. But goodbye and thank you.